Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, April 21st, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. Tonight we got AEW Dynasty, but first the socials: Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations 52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. Let's get into the news. We have an update on MJF, his status away. Remember, he's healing from injury. He lost the championship. We got the bidding war of 2024. Now he's just chilling. He's recuperating from his injuries, and he will be back when the time is right. Listen, y'all, he's with AEW, okay? WWE has debuted two new tag team championships, one for Raw, one for SmackDown. The World Tag Team Championships are on Raw. They look like the World Heavyweight Championship, and the WWE Tag Team Championships are now part of SmackDown. They look like the old World Tag Team Championships. So just to let y'all know, the current titles on Raw, their history goes back all the way to 2010, around one of the brand splits, and then the current SmackDown Championships go back to 2016 when we got the SmackDown Tag Team titles after the titles were unified. We have an update on Joey's involvement with Rossi Ogawa's new promotion. She will be there probably up until about May, June, before she makes her way over to NXT. WWE finally signed one of the big free agents. As for Drew Gulak, he has been written off of TV due to the Ronda Rousey allegations. Essentially, Tony D'Angelo took care of the problem. That's all you need to know about that. TNA signed a new television deal with the United Kingdom. This comes from the Post up in the UK. They have signed a deal with AOZ TV, bringing their content to the Sky platform. It's pretty good. Adam Cole is away from TV because it looks like he's gearing up for his return. You have noticed that he hasn't been on TV for a while. He is healing from his injury and will be on TV soon enough. Sean Spears, who made his return to NXT, will now be working as a producer as well as an on-screen talent. That is not bad. Carlos Cabrera, the former voice of the Spanish announce team for the WWE, has joined AEW as their new Spanish commentator. I mean, it's a legend like that. Oklahoma, the crappy state that it is, sent a warning to AEW saying there will be repercussions and consequences if Nyla Rose wrestles when they go to Oklahoma. Nyla responded, and she responds on Twitter, who the fuck was it? Don't worry, Oklahoma, I'll find that dastardly transgender that checks notes, entertain fans. How dare they make people happy? Gotta love Nyla Rose. Ruby Soho is pregnant. So yeah, if you thought the storyline of her and Angelo Parker was fake, it started out as fake, and then they actually ended up together, and now she's pregnant. So Liv Morgan's about to be an aunt again. Congratulations to the happy couple. And Forbes has gave us the valuations for the top fight promotions. WWE is number one. UFC is number one. They are at around 12 billion. WWE is second with 6.8 billion, and AEW is third with 2 billion. They've only been around for 5 years. Some sad news: a couple wrestlers have been released. That would be Jinder Mahal, Zion Cohen, Veer Sangha, and Xia Li. The one that hurts me the most is probably Xia Li. She wasn't given a fair shot on the main roster, and Jinder Mahal should have been a much bigger star. On the injury side of things, Rhea Ripley has a shoulder injury. She suffered an AC joint sprain. She will be out for at least 3 to 4 months. She had to relinquish the World Women's Championship. She'll gain mobility in about 4 to 6 weeks, and there's no backstage heat on Liv Morgan. Things just happened. Mick Foley gave us an update on his injury as he suffered a concussion as he was preparing for one final match. He's doing really good. Is feeling better. The fog is lifting, and he's still going to do this final match. Matt Cardona suffered a torn pec, so he will be out for quite a long time, right around 6 or 7 months. So it sucks because, he is the king of the Indies, and Seth Rollins also had surgery on his knee. He will be out for a little bit. That's okay, but that is the news, and we shall be right back. All right, let's get into the weekend review, starting off with Monday Night Raw. And of course, you've seen it. This is the fall of Gable. So we open up with Rhea Ripley, and she's coming out in a sling. She has to relinquish her championship. Her year-long reign comes to an end due to an injury. She can't defend it, and she vows to come back and take the championship from whomever has it. She puts the blame squarely on Liv Morgan for the injury, and Liv comes out and taunts her, and I am all for it. The Liv Morgan Revenge Tour is here. Sheamus returns and defeats Ivar. He has his old music. Triple H and Adam Pearce present Awesome Truth with the new World Tag Team Championships. Then we have a number one contenders match with DIY defeating the New Day and the Creed Brothers to become the number one contenders. Drew McIntyre ignores the interview. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell defeated Ivy Now and Maxine Dupree. And Indy Hartwell actually gives in to the bad and what Candice was trying to teach her. So they get a W. Just played by Candice's rules. Damian Priest wants Dom, JD, and Finn to step up. We found out Chad Gable has been training with the Creed Brothers for his match against Sami Zayn later in the evening. Andrade defeated Dominic Mysterio. The Judgment Day attacked Andrade after the match until Ricochet made the save. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven defeated Katana and Kaden. Liv Morgan isn't sorry about what happened to Rhea. She says she's not the bad guy. You guys are booing me. Last time I checked, Rhea took me out for 8 months and no one did anything. No one felt any sympathy. And all of a sudden, she's out. She gets what's coming to her, and I'm the bad guy. I love it when heels make sense and fans still. I love it when people just make sense and fans turn them because of something they didn't like. Fickle. Cody hypes AJ versus LA Knight, and then he offers Jay to be his shield. Jay refuses, which is all good. Jay defeated Finn Balor. He avoided a beatdown by the Judgment Day after the match. So Jay, because Jay is the number one contender to the World Heavyweight Championship. And in the main event, Sami Zayn defeated Chad Gable, retaining the Intercontinental Championship. We were in Montreal, so Sami Zayn's family was there. He goes to hug his wife and kids, and Gable turns on a German suplex all over the ring, all over the mat, and locks him in an ankle lock. And I see why Gable is angry. You couldn't beat Gunther. You then trained the man to defeat Gunther, and then you couldn't beat the man you trained who had beat Gunther. Yeah, I'd lose my mind too. Over on Dynamite, this was the Dynasty Go Home show. So we open up with a new IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Jon Moxley. He gives a rah-rah speech saying how this win feels so good to him. And he sees that the BCC have to deal with Don Callis' family, so he's going to face Powerhouse Hobbs next week. Mercedes Moné still isn't clear, but that's okay. But she will find out who attacked her. And she thinks it's Julia Hart, or possibly someone who wants her to think is Julia Hart. Adam Copeland has to go it alone against Julia Hart and Brody King, as somebody attacked Willow Nightingale before their tag team match. But Willow tries to come out, and she gets a couple moves in, a pounce and a cannonball on Brody King, but it was too much as Julia Hart hits her with a chain and locks her in the submission. Gets the win. Mercedes comes out to make the save after the match. Samoa Joe views Swerve as a nuisance and a punching bag and calls him a choke artist and vows to beat him at Dynasty. The Young Bucks cut off FTR's video package. Hilarious. The Elite then defeated Pac, Daniel Garcia, and Penta, El Zero Miedo. Pac runs them off after the match with the hammer. Jericho wants Hook to join him. Hook is like, nah, I'm good. I'm doing this alone. Jericho's like, listen, you can be sucked into the Jericho vortex, learn like everybody else, take from the branches of the learning tree. And Hook's still like, nah. Jericho pushes Taz, That was enough for Hook. They'll fight at Dynasty with the FTW Championship on the line. Surf essentially says, listen, he won't quit, and he will defeat Joe. Deonna Purrazzo defeated Mariah May. Thunder Rosa made the save after the match and smeared lipstick all over Storm's face. And Deonna really didn't have she really didn't like Thunder Rosa helping her. So we'll see where this goes. Bullet Club Gold and the Acclaim both vowed to unify the trio championships. Orange Cassidy defeated Shane Taylor because Shane Taylor and his crew always lose matches. Shane Taylor Promotions attacked after the match entrance that stopped Mike Saldell from making the save. In the main event, Will Ospreay defeated Claudio Castagnoli. It kind of makes me think Danielson might win tonight. The Bunkhouse family attacked after the match, and Mox cleared the ring. Ospreay was not happy about this, the family interfering. Over on Impact, we had our Rebellion Go Home show. So Alexander Hammerstone defeated Lil Guido. Ash Elkins will be paying attention to the Knockouts title match, and Zaya Brookside will face her next week. Steph DeLander will go at it alone since Cardona is injured. Joe Hendry won a squash match. Ali and GYV defeated Rhino, Cody Deaner, and Jake Something. Steve Macklin vows to not be forgotten. He wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He said that, not me. Rosemary defeated Jody Threat. We have part 3 for Jonathan Gresham. It's all about acceptance. The System retained the tag team championship against the Motor City Machine Guns. It seems like this is the last match for the Guns before they move on to greener pastures, brighter pastures, like you want to look at it, which I think will probably end up being AEW. Nick Nemeth and Moose face off in the main event, and Nemeth vows to defeat Moose. So as for Rebellion, the results on Countdown, we had ABC and Leon Slater defeating the Rascals. Laredo Kid defeated Crazy Steve to win the Digital Media Championship, and Spitfire retained the Knockouts Tag Team Championships against Decay. On the main card, Mustafa Ali defeated Jake Something, retaining the X Division Championship. Rich Swann defeated Joe Hendry. Kaz defeated Eric Young in a Full Metal Mayhem match. Mike Santana defeated Steve Macklin, making his debut. The System defeated Speedball Mountain, retaining the TNA World Tag Team Championships. Josh Alexander defeated Alexander Hammerstone in a last man standing match. Jordan Grace defeated Steph DeLander, retaining the Knockouts Championship. And Moose defeated Nick Nemeth, retaining the TNA World Championship. Broken Matt Hardy made his return to TNA. Over on SmackDown, we're building towards Backlash. AJ Styles defeated LA Knight to face Cody at Backlash. WrestleMania rematch that we got between Knight and Styles. Solo arrives, wants to know where Kevin Hogan is, and Solo, you know, he's dogged up. He's in a suit. Yeah, I mean, Tama Tonga strikes fear into Paul Heyman, and Tama Tonga is Solo's MFT. We don't know what MFT stands for just yet. Hunter and Nick Aldis debut the new WWE Tag Team Championships, presenting them to A-Town Down Under. The Street Profits defeated AOP and New Catch Republic to earn a tag team title shot. Bayley says she would defeat Naomi, and Naomi says the same thing. We'll look at it a little bit later in the evening. Solo wanted KO, and you know, Paul was about to do his thing. Solo stopped him. Funny thing is, the fans were chanting, "We want Roman," and Solo, you can see him mouth it. He goes, "Oh, now you do. Now you do." Okay. I am so curious as to what we're doing here. The Bloodline Civil War. Tama Tonga brings out a bloody, beaten, and battered Kevin Owens, and they beat his ass. Nick Aldis stops more from happening, and then we find out Tama Tonga crashed this car into KOs to get him and bring him to Solo. This is ruthless right here. Santos Escobar says he did not attack Dragon Lee, and the Carlito lost to Santos Escobar. Damage Control and Team Black Girl Magic are up in the skybox. And in the main event, because they were watching the main event, Bayley versus Naomi ended in a no contest after Tiffany Stratton got involved. Looks like it is Tiffy time. Over on Collision, this was the Dynasty Go Home show. Rampage actually came on after Collision on Saturday. Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe defeated Top Flight and Action Andretti. They showed him some love and respect after the match. The House of Black says they will be digging 3 graves for their opponents for Dynasty. Powerhouse Hobbs won a squash match, and Hobbs versus Mox will now be for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, which is good. This is really, really good. The Guns defeated the Acclaim. Will Ospreay tells Danielson that he had nothing to do with the attack, and Danielson does not believe him. We had a promo by Toni Storm. This was in color, and it was amazing and scary and good. Toni Storm is on a roll. She tells Thunder Rosa, like, this is where stars are. If you wanted to save women, go be a charity. There were so many good one-liners here. You just got to go back and watch it. The BCC team of Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli defeated the Don Callis family team of Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher in a Bunkhouse Brawl. Willow Nightingale says she will turn it up against Julia Hart and defeat her to become the champion. Sky Blue defeated Layla Hirsch. This was the only real women's action on the show, which sucks, and it was short. This match was really made at the last minute. Tony kind of stopped doing that. And in the main event, the Elite defeated Pac and FTR. Garcia made the save. Most of this show was good. We actually had a couple matches where we didn't know the winner, and that more so was the Guns versus the Acclaim and the Elite versus Pac and FTR. But I just need more people to get more wins that really need the wins. Over on Rampage, RVD defeated Lee Johnson, Commander, and Isaiah Cassidy in a 420 half-line elimination match. Yuka Sakazaki defeated Emi Sakura. It looks like Yuka might have gotten injured in this match. We'll keep our ears out for that. Ruby Soho announces to Angela Parker that she is pregnant. The Undisputed Kingdom in the main event defeated Kyle O'Reilly, Matt Menard, and Rocky Romero. Our matches of the week from Raw: Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship. From Dynamite, the Elite versus Pac, Penta, El Zero Miedo, and Daniel Garcia. Also from Dynamite, Will Ospreay versus Claudio Castagnoli. Go back. If you can only watch one match this week, go and watch that match. From Impact, the System versus the Motor City Machine Guns for the TNA World Tag Team Championships. From Collision, the BCC versus the Don Callis family, the Bunkhouse Brawl. And from Rebellion, Josh Alexander versus Alexander Hammerstone in a last man standing match. The star of the week, I'm giving it to two people, Liv Morgan and Tama Tonga. Both for obvious reasons that has nothing to do with the in-ring work. They are just doing some great character work, especially Liv, and I'm all for the Liv Morgan revenge tour. But that is our show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Come back this week. We got What Just Happened Tomorrow for Dynasty. We got parts 2 and 3 of our worst NXT call-ups. We got another Flashback Friday. We got Wrestling Reddit. We got the recap every single Sunday. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. I will see you tomorrow after Dynasty. Peace.